everyone, and welcome back as always. We're back again. So I'm laughing because first of all, very excited. We're going to be watching The Lord of the Rings.
Wow, yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yay.
Wow.
They have no idea what this is about. So they've been asking a few questions, and I'm really trying not to say much of anything, but I know we just watched Harry Potter, which was amazing.
Oh, it was really good. Yeah.
And I'm sad
That
it's
was
over,
great.
but it was...
That's great.
Yeah, and it was so cool that we actually watched that together, and I'm so happy we did. We actually watched that whole series in just over a month, about 2 months, right?
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
That's really fast for us, especially when it comes to editing, because movies take a lot longer to edit, so I really love doing this with you guys, and this is cool. Like, this is actually my break time.
Yeah.
The only time I actually can have a break now, which, yay! I do love it. And we're going to be watching the first part of The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, wow.
And the first part meaning that it's the extended version, so it's a whole lot longer than a normal movie, and because our time is limited, I don't want to have you push you guys through a 4-hour-long movie where you might not pay attention at the end or lose focus or something, because they are, they're awesome movies, but they're long movies, so
Okay.
I just don't want to...
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think you guys will appreciate it more when you have more energy and you watch it in 2 parts. I think that'll be better in the long run. So, and also after we watch the first 2 parts, the full reaction, I'm going to combine part 1 and part 2 as well in a 3rd video and have it continuous, so that way everyone can just watch
Oh,
instead of
that's
just
great. That's a nice
That's
option.
nice. Yeah.
So once a week, part 1 first week, part 2 second week, and maybe the 3rd if I have time to put that together.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Sometime after that. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so we're going to be watching The Lord of the Rings. Any idea what this is about?
The Lord has the rings, and bad people are going to try to get them.
Yes.
And I hope they don't try to get ours.
That's
Yay!
right.
I gave them...
Yay.
I have this old game of checkers, that's Lord of the Rings checkers,
Oh,
and they have
these
gold
are
rings
checkers.
with the inscription on it, and then there's silver ones, but I'm like,
Yeah,
well, they don't make
I
any
know.
sense, so we're going to use gold.
I don't have my glasses.
So they have
I can't
no
read.
idea what this movie's about, and I'm so excited to get you into this. I love you all. You all are amazing at your comments. I appreciate all the extra info, like I always say, and I'm always learning so much more, because I didn't read the books, unfortunately, for Lord of the Rings. But again, like Harry Potter, there's so many details that, of course, we've missed that were in the books and not in the movies. Since you guys like Game of Thrones, I think you guys might actually really enjoy this as well.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Is it, well, it's PG, so it can't be light.
I think this is
Well,
PG-13.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. And I think we should just
There'll be some things
get
there.
into it. And I did tell them that there are wizards in it because they were asking about magic and if it's related to Harry Potter and stuff. And I'm like, it's a completely different universe. It's not anything like Harry Potter except the fact that it has magic
Okay. Yeah.
and
Magic.
fantasy.
Oh,
So
boy. No,
I
boy,
think
oh,
we should
boy.
just get into it.
You smell
I thought it was really interesting because someone actually commented on Patreon saying that Martin from Game of Thrones was actually influenced or inspired by The Lord of the Rings by
wow.
Tolkien.
Oh,
I thought that was very
Okay, yeah.
interesting, and I did not know that.
Wow.
Oh, very
So maybe you
good.
guys will like this. So I put my hoodie on for Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yay! Just like, kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like your outfit too.
I know, it's like
Right?
all crazy. I have like PJs, and yeah, it's funny. But
Oh, good.
Hey,
I think we
that's
should just
good.
get into it.
Yes, we should.
All right.
Very
Yay.
good. Yay.
Did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
Oh boy.
Had elected the way of pain!
Oh, come on, guys.
Get off the road! Quick!
Stuff in his pockets.
Yeah. That's scary looking. gosh, I would really.
He's gonna be.
Oh my gosh. I can sense.
Don't put it on. No!
Don't,
Oh, he wants to make himself disappear?
It was taking him over.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh
Oh my god!
Whoa.
That's the dude that needs to get on there. He's the one that has to go. Look at them all. They're gonna head right there. Right away.
Sure I know a Baggins. He's over there. Frodo Baggins. He's my sister.
Oh my gosh, no.
Women, steady on.
Idiot. Oh no, the ring! The ring!
Yeah, watch out the ring.
Now it's gonna pop
Oh,
up. Of course
darn
it
it.
is. And he's gonna
Of course.
grab it. He's gonna snatch it.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, he puts it on. Oh, he just weird.
Oh, we got him in. Oh, we got him.
It's perfect.
Uh-oh. Now they all know where he is.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh boy. Whoa. Oh, someone took it off. Oh boy.
Far too much attention to yourself, Mr. Underhill. Let it go! Or I'll have you, Lord Shanks!
Oh, is he smushed?
Goodness.
They're all gonna get stabbed. Wake up! Wake up! What'd you do? Stop!
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Whoa.
Oh no!
Stop. Okay, good. I am feeling.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, he's alive.
Yeah, good.
They put him as prisoner.
Mm.
Look at all these trees. It's falling over.
Terrible.
Save some for you, Mr. Frodo. Put it out, you fools! Put it out! That's nice.
Shh, the lights are on. Damn it.
Oh,
Son of
boy.
Go!
Oh.
There's only 4 hobbits and 9 of them.
Oh, boy.
Gonna peek over. Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
No.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. He's got skates on.
That's not creepy.
Yeah.
Back, you devils!
Back,
Oh,
devil.
God.
No. Oh, 2 down. Uh-oh, they just want you, baby. No, honey.
No.
No.
Ooh. You gotta put the ring back on again.
Uh-oh. Take it off, take it off, take it off.
Oh, my God.
Oh my god! Oh my god, take it off his hand. Take it off his hand.
Oh, my God.
Frodo!
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Ooh, that was a
Whoa,
good one.
good for him.
Hot head.
Help him, Strider.
He's been stabbed by a mortal blade.
Kind of like a raven.
Yeah.
She's a little mothy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no!
This, a ranger caught off his guard.
Oh, damn it. Is that an elf?
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I know her.
What are you doing? The rice is still out there.
She's Steven Tyler's daughter. Looks
Oh,
just
that
like
is?
it is.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Jeez.
oh, God.
Odds are against you. Oh no. They don't like water.
If you want him, come and claim him.
They're going in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah.
It's one big bird.
Yeah. Oh, wow, wait.
Ah, this is pretty.
Isn't it?
I like to live
Correct.
there.
Yeah.
Looks like Courier Knives.
If that's
So
your
crazy
goal.
looking. So detailed.
Oh,
Bilbo, hello.
It's a
My
ball.
goodness, yeah.
Bilbo. Oh.
That's not Ned, is it?
Yes, it is. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bean.
whoa,
I know
yeah.
that guy too.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
You have my sword.
And you have my bow.
And my axe.
You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
There it is.
Where are we going?
Is there gonna be food along the way?
Second breakfast.
That was breakfast. Oh, jeez.
And I think that's the end of part 1. Ah, the Fellowship of the Ring. The story
Right.
continues
Oh,
on disc
wow.
2. Ah.
Oh, my gosh.
So as much as I would love to continue today, I know we're running out of time, and I want you guys to be very fresh when we watch the second part.
That's
So we
right.
will watch that soon.
Yeah, we will.
So do tell me, what do you think?
I really enjoy it.
I did too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Now
Now,
I recognize some people. I'm actually starting to recognize people.
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
And again,
I saw-
most of you already know from watching a lot of our other videos on our channel that they don't watch anything besides what we've already seen on our channel. So you guys, you saw Harry Potter, you've seen most of the Marvel movies now,
That's right.
and we're still watching Vikings, we watched Game of Thrones, amongst a few other things, but in Stranger Things, a lot of things. Anyways, but you guys are really starting to recognize faces, which is
like
cool.
Stranger Things, Bob,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Ned from.
Yeah.
I think that's so
Game of
neat
Thrones,
because
yeah.
I knew you guys also know from watching like the Emmys and stuff, that you know who certain people are. But I know you respectfully like.
I don't even know about the Emmys, but I see them, on the red carpet.
That's right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Okay,
I
that's
don't
when you
know
watch red
which
carpet.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I just see it like in the news the next
That's
day.
Yeah.
I don't
Around
really.
time,
Because
yeah.
I kind of thought like you might have seen the Emmys, but yeah, like,
I
but
don't
I was
watch
like, you
them.
wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
why they would be.
Awards, yeah.
awarded.
Yeah, like what they're. I mean, you know that they're acting, but you don't even know what kind
And
of
then
roles they
Liv Taylor.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I
so
know
cool to
her
see her.
because
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Aerosmith, but
Yeah.
You are.
That's
I
why
am.
when we go into these movies, and I saw The Lord of the Rings, and I bought the extended version, which we're watching today, a while ago, and I've seen parts of the extended, but I never actually watched it as a whole movie. Although we just watched the first part,
Yeah.
I've only seen it on TV, or I think I watched maybe some extras on this disc. I'm not quite sure. So it was interesting seeing all these extra scenes because I didn't recognize most of them. So it was pretty neat seeing all those extra
Wow.
details
Oh, wow.
they put in.
I enjoyed it only because I think, well, not knowing about the regular one, but just I'm trying to absorb the characters and what they're really,
Mm-hmm.
what they're about, and trying to get
yeah.
a connection. If you get all these names thrown at you, I'm like, oh my god. what's that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
again, it makes sense, but they're not average names that you hear all the time, so they're hard to
Yes, it
remember.
is.
But it's cool because we already saw Harry Potter, and even with Vikings, they're different, but it's kind of neat, like, because they have
Like
certain
connections.
aspects that kind of, that kind of relate to one another, sort of.
Yeah,
That
like the
it does.
wizards.
Oh, Wizards, yeah, with Harry Potter, that was
Yeah,
funny.
that's what the Vikings are.
I just think it's fun that we're watching these together. And the cool thing about this is that you guys have never seen this before. You have no idea what The Lord of the Rings is about. We were joking because they only know the title, so they were like, well, there's a lot of rings involved, and I don't know.
So the bad guy's going to try to
Fellowship, we're
take
trying
the
to
ring
figure out
away
the
from the Lord.
fellowship. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
know
try
what
my
though.
best where I try not to say anything to you guys. Like, I just want you guys to watch. When you ask questions, I really just don't say much because I want you guys to be able to absorb everything
Yeah.
as a newbie, and I don't want to spoil anything for you. Did you think it was scary?
Yeah.
At times.
At times.
Yeah, it was.
It's a little predictable, scary,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
still
still get scary.
It's still scary.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
I love a good adventure, and I
Yeah.
think this is such a grand adventure.
It's
It's
suspenseful.
good, yeah.
And the hobbits are so innocent.
They
They
are. They're
are.
very,
Aren't they
very
so
innocent.
adorable?
Yeah, they
You
are.
know?
Sam just wants to go home and be safe and happy and eat.
And have all the breakfasts and whatever.
Oh yeah, like I totally would be a
Continue
hobbit.
on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. What about first breakfast or second breakfast then?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind being an elf. I mean, those
Oh,
elves,
they are
that's
cute.
beautiful.
Oh, I know. They're very talented. They live
Yeah.
extremely long lives.
I guess
Yeah.
They're beautiful people.
Yeah, they are.
They're
very,
immortal,
very
right?
beautiful, Yeah.
Are they immortal?
See, that's a good question too. If any of you mind leaving a comment saying, I don't
She
know
took
if
a
they're
vow to be with.
well, because what do you say about being immortal? Immortal means like you live forever.
Yeah.
I think they eventually reach a point where they might die. I can't really remember, but I know they live extremely long lives.
I know.
So maybe they are immortal until they're killed. But other than that,
Absolutely.
like I think they probably do just live and get extremely old and maybe
Oh,
turn into
okay.
wizards
Yeah.
at the end. I'm just kidding. but yeah.
Turn
So
into
so
wizards.
most likely they are immortal.
Yeah.
Or they just live extremely long
Maybe
lives.
500 years and then they're.
And
That's it.
and the I know because this guy was like 3,000 and
Yeah,
something
they
years
said
old.
about
Remember, I was like, holy crap!
Right.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
father.
that's right.
And one of the extended scenes in the beginning of the movie, or the beginning-ish part, where Frodo and Sam are in the woods and they
Yeah.
just started their journey, and they hear the singing, like the faint,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
angelic singing,
Uh-huh.
and they sneak up on the elves that look like ghost figures in the background,
Yes,
slowly
they're
moving,
going.
and they're moving on to another place. So they're talking about how they're leaving Middle Earth and how sad that is. So again, a lot of complicated details in the books, which is
Yeah.
amazing. But I guess they're departing and probably going. Not I just saying it lightly, but like going to their own heaven or something.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they're going to the
Yeah.
afterlife kind of thing. So I could probably have that wrong. So I apologize if I'm miscommunicating that. But it's only the first part of the movie,
Well,
so
they
I'm
can
sure
let us know.
someone's going to let me know,
Okay.
and I will inform you guys, and I will learn something as
Okay.
well. So you guys are awesome for being
Okay.
respectful, and I do love hearing what everyone has to say.
You know
And
what was a nice correlation was the map, like
Oh,
of Middle
that's right.
Earth.
Yeah.
That's the Game of Thrones. It was like holy smoke.
That's right.
I get that same
Right?
feeling.
That's
Mhm.
right.
It was also awesome because I heard you say Bob when you saw Sam the first
Yeah.
time
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
from
With
Stranger
a
Things
lot of
too.
hair.
Oh,
a lot of hair in
Younger,
many
yeah.
places. Well, it sounds really bad, but like the head and on the feet.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up with that?
geez,
They've
Yeah,
got
just
some
a hot
party feet,
feature.
man. Love
Yeah,
that
they're
girl.
very
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah.
They're very stable when they walk. They can keep their balance very well. And
Yeah.
I just love how the scenes are. They're absolutely amazing.
It
They're
was
beautiful.
gorgeous.
I love the backgrounds, and I believe most of this was filmed in New Zealand.
Oh, nice.
And it looks like you're watching a live storybook. It's just so beautiful.
Even in the,
With the
especially with
colours,
the elves,
vibrancy,
with that
yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
Yeah, and just like you have like hues around certain people, you have certain elements that just really bring out every scene that they're telling a story, and you just feel it. I just love rewatching this because it really just brings back like, holy crap, like there's so much involved in this in such a good way.
Even when
And
they first started, when Geldorf was coming in with the horse and the carriage and going up to the Shire, I mean, it was just so
Yeah.
quaint and
beautiful, just the colors and everything too, the grass and how brilliant that was.
Oh,
And
that's really-
yeah, everything is just made just so. And I noticed that things in the foreground, of course, are more vibrant, and then you have things that like fade a little bit. Like everything is
And
so
then
much
green.
in depth that
Yeah.
you feel how grand these scopes are, you know, with how like the mountains
Oh,
way
sure.
in the background that are kind of blue and hazy. It's just so cool. Like I love, you just get like a warm fuzzy feeling sometimes with this when it comes to scenes like that.
Oh,
Not
I
always.
forget.
And what do you think of Strider?
I think he's very handsome.
Yeah, you were a little scared of him at first.
Jawbone.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
totally
Oh, the
thought
Yeah.
he was going to, try to grab that ring or kill
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frodo, but I.
he saved their lives, which thank God they went
Yes,
to the
definitely.
other
For
building.
Yeah.
So maybe he was communicating with Geldorf.
Gandalf. I know
Gandalf?
you'll get the names. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
You'll get the
okay,
names.
Gandalf.
Dumbledore.
With that
I don't know.
With that moth? Was it
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
like a
like-
raven
Yeah.
telling
Yeah.
him, "Hey, meet those kids at the bar"? Kind of.
No,
sort of?
I think
I don't think so.
that there's a lot of okay.
So-
No, there's a lot of no,
What's-
there's a lot of like
a
complicated
a
magic and
messenger,
stuff.
like
Not
you
that you
said.
should know it because it gets really confusing sometimes. But
Just-
Gandalf was whispering
Gandalf.
like a chanted message to the moth, and the moth communicated to the eagle that he jumped on to escape.
Oh, okay.
So that was his ride to
Oh,
escape out of
Oh,
there. Yeah.
yes, okay.
God, they should have eagles
Some
all the
kind of-
time.
There's
Where'd that eagle
communication
come
there, so
from?
what the heck?
Okay, I thought he was whispering.
Hey, but you never know. Maybe he can do
Yeah.
more with the moth. Maybe he can't communicate and be like, hey, give him this message. Tell him to meet me here.
Yeah, right?
You never know.
Okay, so
Right.
that's what happened.
Yeah, that's why it's good
So
to have
that
an open
happened
mind.
after. So he.
Yeah, they were showing the flashback of him whispering and he was talking to
Oh.
Frodo. Cool that Gandalf can do that. I wonder what else he could do with his magic.
Right.
Yeah, but I like that ranger guy.
Yeah, Strider. And now we found out his name is Aragorn. And do you get that he is an heir? That he's the heir to the throne?
I
So
heard
that's
that.
what, yeah, he backed
And now
away
is
from
he-
that because he thinks his blood's tainted because of what happened with his ancestor in the past.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Now is he technically the one to put it back in
Whoever,
into the fire?
I don't
mean,
know.
I know Frodo is going to do it, wants to do it, and all of them are going to go with him.
hmm I think that I don't want to pressure you guys to
Yeah.
explain things, but
Yeah.
I think that Frodo understood with everyone bickering just with the ring right in the center of the meeting.
Yes.
And how everyone was getting so absorbed with the anger and the evil feeling of that ring, that Frodo knew that he had to, as you know, had to bear the challenge of going on this huge journey to
Taking
get
it.
rid of the
Yeah.
ring. Aragorn, aka Strider that we know him as, he even said at one point that he didn't feel confident being an heir because his blood was tainted with what his ancestor did, where he kept the ring and said no, he goes, I'm just going to keep it, and he walked
Oh,
away.
that's
So
right,
he
yeah.
just felt weak
Okay.
that
Okay.
he didn't think he could do it anyway. So he doesn't want that to happen again. So it looks like Frodo has to bear the burden of the ring
Okay.
because he, as hard as it is, can handle it. You know. So that's a lot of responsibility and a lot of
That's
pressure,
right.
a lot of evilness that you have to kind of keep at bay.
I hope he does better than last time, because when he saw one of those bad guys, he just dropped his sword.
Yeah,
I know, and that's a big thing that shows you
So
that
he
hobbits
has
aren't
to
violent.
be-
They're not. Not that they have to be violent, but they had no training. They're
They have
humble, simple folk.
Yeah,
That's right.
he has to defend himself. How is he gonna do this?
Slap fight. Well, that's why it's good that he has help now. So
Yeah,
hopefully they can
well,
all protect him.
okay.
So now,
That's right.
hopefully it'll be okay. But again, I want to watch the other one. We will soon. We'll do one part each week. And again, we're watching movies a whole lot more than we used to. It takes a long time to edit movies. So we love you guys, and I love you guys, and I edit all the time now, which is a lot of fun.
We never
But
see her besides doing
I know, so that's why it's so
Sounds
good,
good,
like
yeah.
lately,
Yeah.
the last 2 months. And again, like we are definitely growing, and I know you guys get, which is amazing, you guys get so excited when we put up videos, but then you're
That's
like,
very
oh, well,
nice.
where's the next one, where's the next one, where's the next one? But it's like
Takes
work, then we'll make time to do this, and then I'm actually like full-time working,
Then you work
projects,
editing.
come do edit, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like I have no time for anything else. But again, we're growing big on Patreon, so thank you. And the bigger we get, then hopefully I can start freeing up time more from my other job to do this more, because this is awesome.
It's so fantastic.
Oh,
We're so
thanks.
proud of
And
you.
I gotta say, it's a
Well,
quick,
she knows a lot.
it's a quick ramble too. But I love watching the Blu-rays because the visual is just so much better. But there's a copyright, which I totally understand. I respect it. But it makes it really hard for content
Okay,
creators
yeah.
to use it in fair use. So it gets a little complicated.
That's
So it
what
makes
I think.
editing a little bit harder. But again, we love it and we love you guys, and that's why
Yeah.
we're doing extended. And I'm excited because again, it's pretty much my first time seeing the extended with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are understanding more about it since you guys are slowly absorbing everything as well. You know,
Except for the
'cause
names,
there's a
I'm
lot going
butchering
on.
the names, but
Oh, you'll get the name
You'll
soon,
get a
though.
lot more
It's
than-
only, we've only seen the first part of the first movie, so. All right. Anything else you want to add? And you know Sauron is the bad guy. He's
Yes,
the
he is,
evil
yeah.
eye
He's the
that
one, yeah, that big
owns the
guy,
ring,
like that.
that wants the ring back, and he's in spiritual form right now, and they're coming up with this army to. It doesn't look too nice. It looks pretty
No.
evil. Thank you so much for watching. We'll do a better review at the end when we actually finish the first movie.
Yeah, okay.
But you guys seem to be liking it.
Oh, yeah.
I really do like it.
I do.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
You
good.
seem pretty scared. I think you almost jumped off the
Yeah.
couch a few times. I'm trying
But
not
you know,
to
the
laugh at
hobbits are
you.
really bringing it back down. It's like, oh, this is a cute.
Because you can
movie.
relate to them a little
Yeah.
more.
When the
They'll-
hobbits come in, you know, when the two boys come in and,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you. And
I
it's
gotta
like,
say,
oh, okay.
and I think a lot of you can agree, hopefully, but I love the hobbits. I do love a lot of the races in this. And I love the hobbits because they really remind me of our family. You know, and I
Yes.
totally feel like that growing up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, the relationships and
Everything's happy.
everything's happy, kind of naive, you know, and just a simple life. But it's fun and it's cool. And it just, hopefully a lot of you can relate to that too. But it's really humbling and really
Thanks,
neat.
Mom, for
That's
making
what-
us hobbit
Oh,
lands
thanks.
in our home.
Sorry,
Really worried about that.
teamwork. But we were really lucky growing up too, and that's why it's so great that we can do this and share this with all of you because it's so cool
Yeah.
to do this together, and you guys like are so like not even spoiled by any social media, so this is why this is so great to throw you into
Yeah.
something and be so pure about
Yeah,
it, or
yeah.
you have no idea. So it's awesome seeing your perspective on this.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye.